investigated reported disturbance at Acer Plaza?
10-4 dispatcher, verify address.
It's Acer Plaza. Repeat, Acer Plaza.
Shots fired on the rooftop. An assault in progress at Acer Plaza. Repeat, an assault in progress, sir.
10-5, please repeat. 10-5, all units, emergency. Officer in danger, Acer Plaza. Repeat, Acer Plaza, all units.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over.
Back in 2001, before my love for GTA 3 had truly blossomed, I received a game that I loved more than Satan himself, and boy do I love me some Satan. This game in question blew my mind, changing the way that I thought about and experienced games. At this point in time, I was currently playing Jak and Daxter, WWF Just Bring It, Super Bombad Star Wars Racing, yes, that one, and other such classics. But nothing prepared me for what I was about to experience in this near horror-like opening to the title in question. Max Payne, the game, starts with an opening monologue telling the tale of how Max was a changed man, how he had decided to change for the baby, and his newfound happiness. He speaks about how the smell of freshly cut grass on a summer's day felt like a dream come true. But it's when Max arrives home that his dream turns into a nightmare.
Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd given me the best seat in the house, front row center.
It's obvious from the start that things aren't right. There's a strange sound in the air, an eerie, awful sound. Max picks up the phone, aware of the danger that lays in front of him.
Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Max's reality becomes a nightmare. So how, I ask you, do you think they showed this in the film? Is it the same intro remade in real life, showing why Max is the person that he is today, twisted by the events that took place? Well, I'm going to touch on that a little later, but I can sum it up pretty quickly right about now. They get several things wrong, starting with the name of Max's father, the fact that Max fucking Payne had a daughter, not a son.
I had it all.
It's Daddy.
A career I was good at, a beautiful wife and baby boy.
Funny as hell, it was the most horrible thing I could think of.
Baby boy, baby boy.
Beautiful wife and a baby girl.
Baby boy.
And a baby girl.
And then they just kind of brush the whole incident under the carpet at several different points throughout the film.
So what's the story?
There is none. His wife and kid were murdered. They never found the guy. That's his story.
The fact that Max Payne literally starts with a monologue. All you had to do was listen to what is said and then turn that into a film. It would be so easy to take the cues and take the points that are made in this intro and make it into a live action film. But no, it's not the direction that this film decides to take. And as much as I really hate to do things this way, I'd like for us to start at the beginning. Maybe I can try to make sense of some of the bullshit. Try and figure out what the director John Moore was actually thinking when he put this film together. So, the film starts off with Mark Wahlberg drowning. A callback to a later scene with a nice little narration from Max himself played underneath. Only when this scene finally plays out later in the film, there's no narration over top at all, no voiceover to be heard. It's just Marky Mark drowning, silently, making this callback completely pointless. 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this film and they've already changed the unthinkable and completely downplayed Max's origin story. The entire first game revolves around Max's inability to move on with his life and the nightmares he still experiences from that fateful night, yet this film just brushes it under the carpet instead of diving into more detail. Now obviously this is addressed later on in the film, after about an hour or so of watching, but the fact that the first game completely evolves around this event really makes me... I just have to scratch my head and wonder what exactly they were thinking when they put this film together. The next scene takes place in Roscoe Street subway station, which, in fact, is a fictitious station that played out as the first real level of the first Max Payne game, where Max's old partner, Alex, gets murdered. Now, the colour palette in this scene is strangely green, much like the Matrix films that came out 10 years previous. And you know what Max Payne isn't?
On you.
It's Payne! There he is!
A game about close quarter combat, reversals or slick moves. It's a game about sweet slow motion gunplay. It's also not about demons or devils torturing druggies. Okay, it's kind of about demons torturing druggies, but their own personal demons, not actual demons that fly around and lurk in shadows, whether inside druggies' heads or realised. At the same time that this is taking place, one of the other druggies decides to run away, running down the train track nearby, and is taken away by flying demons. Of course, the flying demons are just in his head. He's actually hit by a train. Which is kind of a cool concept if you think about it. The next scene in this film takes place at a party where Max visits a rap. For some reason, it has been given him leads on who he thinks may have taken out Max's family. Also, there's a girl dancing, although there's no real music playing. So I guess they just told the extras to dance, and she's just kind of pretending to dance because there's no music. You can't hear any music at all in this scene.
Max, Natasha, Natasha, Max.
Mila Kunis, for some reason, speaks Russian, or maybe it's Ukrainian. I had to look this up. She's actually Ukrainian. She was born in the Ukraine. It's made obvious later that this character that we see for the first time is Mona Sachs, and that this must be her sister, Lisa. Called as such due to the fact that they're meant to be a play on Mona Lisa. You know Leonardo da Vinci's most famous painting? Poor Olga Kurylenko. She has now had the honour of appearing in 2 god-awful video game to movie adaptations, first appearing in Hitman 2007.
I tell you what, if I had me, this you can make love to her just like Chanel. Oh, Max, I miss you.
That's fucked up. Don't say that. Don't ever say that. Don't say that to anyone. That's fucked up. Okay, she's a whore, because Hollywood, right? Now in the games, it's established that Lisa Punchinello is the wife of Mafia Don, Angelo Punchinello. Wait, hold on.
Owen! It's Natasha.
That's not Lisa at all. It's a new character called Natasha. She's chased and killed by demons. Did I put in the wrong film? Is this fucking Constantine or what? I'm just so lost. None of this makes any sense. If they wanted to make a film about demons and random Russian families, why do they have to bastardize the Max Payne name to do so? As established in the game, this is an Italian mobster family. They're not Russian or Ukrainian. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a bloody chainsaw in the bathtub, and by the looks of it, they had been shot in your bed. The murder weapons have your prints all over them, and you say you didn't do it.
Hell no! I'm a fall guy! I've been framed! It's a setup!
The next day, the poor bird's body is found, and they discover that Max's ID was found at the scene of the crime, implying that she stole it, despite the fact that she didn't even have a purse on her, nor did she have any pockets to put away said ID that she had apparently stolen. And you know, there's one character that they actually nailed in this film, and that's Jack Lupino, a drug dealer who started dipping into his own supply to the point that they drove him crazy, making him believe that he was a messenger of hell, partaking in bizarre rituals, and was obviously involved in devil worship. I mean, that's the story that they tell in the game, in this film, they actually establish that he was some kind of test experiment where they were testing this drug on him, and that's what drove him insane. That it was all set up from the start. The game never implies that drugs lead him to the devil, or that the devil had anything to even do with the demons that drag people to hell.